Hi guys. Hello everyone. Um, rapture, rapture letter. You know how some of the people are being told leave notes behind, leave Bibles behind. Well, that's all my videos. Yep, that's it. I got like maybe one or two people who like to watch my videos, but as soon as the bride goes, every single person who did a video and got raptured, their videos are going to immediately become like water in the middle of a desert. Yeah. People are going to be like, who went and what did he say? Yeah. So that's the purpose for all my YouTube stuff. Yep. Um, a lot of purposes. I'm sure God had a bunch of things that he wanted someone here at one time. That's how he works. Uh, so I'm gonna start naming my videos every now and then. Rapture letter, left behind rapture letter number, and then however how many videos. So this will be the title of this video is gonna be left behind rapture letter video number 1. That way, people that get left behind will have something to look at. And the Lord wanted me to talk. I think he kept putting something in my heart. It's called so since this is my very first, well, it's not my first because my very first video half a year ago was for this purpose. But now we're like, dude, I don't know if you have prophets that have proved themselves to you where you're like, wow, you have the same vision and dream that I had, and wow, the same vision we had or dream for that season actually happened, or wow, or whatever. So so my videos just started going out after that. But I don't know if you have anyone prophet like that has confirmed, okay, he's hearing from God, same as me, or he has a lot more information from God, or he's he's a prophet. I'm not a prophet. So the prophets are in. I mean, they'll be doing a video right in front of you, and then they'll have to stop because God's giving them a word on the spot. And they'll even do what I do when it's happening to me. You just stop and you look into deep space because you're focusing on what he's telling you. And I'm watching some of the men do that, and I'm like, wow. And what usually draws me to those men first is it's as though they took the doctrine of Jesus Christ, a little cord, and plugged it into their head. And they're saying the exact same things I'm saying, using the same words. If you ever hear a man call God the Father of Jesus Christ Abba, that might be someone you might want to start listening to. Yeah. Because that's like calling, like so my son, he had a beautiful mother named Amber, right? And she was beautiful, very beautiful face, beautiful heart, beautiful everything. I totally did not. I had something great, and I didn't treat it right, Because I'm a man. I'm a human piece of crap man of today's society. Before Vince was born, right? And but she had a little nephew that would call her Ammo. Yeah, he couldn't say her name right, Amber, so he ended up calling her Ammo. And for a long time too, I started calling her Ammo. See, you wouldn't know that though. You wouldn't know the meaning of that, or why she's being called Ammo, unless you were a little more intimate knowledge of Amber and her nephew. Yeah, he just couldn't say it when he was little. He was trying to say Amber, but he said Ammo. Hence, Ammo was born. Now, I don't know how Abba came into existence, but you don't know about the word Abba. Well, how we call God the Father Abba sometimes, unless you're intimately close about that whole situation. That's why I say when I hear men call God Abba, okay, there's trigger time. They've been reading. They got trigger time. They've been reading, or they've been following God, or they're a little more intimate with their God, like a father and a son. So I listen to those men. I'm just giving you an example of how I identify other brothers who are close to God and receive messages from God, who you can trust and who you can't. And honestly, if you're not reading the King James Bible and they're doing anything, they're acting pompous or in any way, if the Bible says not to act, I don't listen to those people. Yeah, God don't work with those. I know how it works now. God will, he by the righteousness of his laws, he cannot work with those people because he has to keep, there's too many rules. I'm not even gonna go into it all. But so this is Rapture Letter official. I'm gonna title it official because when everyone disappears, you're gonna see the word. You know, you ever go to Google and like something happens, like when Donald Trump got shot, all of a sudden, Donald Trump assassination was like the #1 most Google thing. Well, when everyone gets raptured, people who have been raptured or talk about rapture, it's gonna blow up. I honestly think that that's when once the rapture happens, though, the devil's literally gonna tighten his grip. I doubt you guys will even be able to access videos from anyone like this. Yeah. All the Christians worldwide by the AI have already been listed. Yep, you're already on the list. You're already on the list. The AI has already identified you as someone that will not take the mark. And who knows? As soon as the rapture happens, boom, with a touch of a button, all these videos could be gone. So at least the memory of what we said. And I'll tell you, right, so there are a couple things that the Lord wanted me to talk about. Well, he for sure wanted me to talk about one. And that's called, there was no more place for the devil. The devil had no more place found for him. Okay, before I say what the message that the Lord would like me to explain that to you, because if there's no place found for you, you have to be discarded. Yeah, it's not a joke. You don't get to be part of a woke community of thinking. There is no place for those people found, and I'll explain it. And if you make it so that there's no place found for you, you have to be thrown into the trash of hell. But first, the first thing I want to say is, on my very first letter that I'm going to title Rapture Letter for the Left Behind, there was no other way to get to heaven. There was no other way. You had to, in this world, before the time came for your death or for the rapture, you had to purposely choose Jesus Christ as your master. And we serve the master. We serve and fulfill the will of our masters. What do you mean? Well, did you I'm going to give an example of people who drink a lot of bars and get rowdy and stuff. Jesus said, don't do that. You did it. You do the will of your master. So Jesus wasn't your master. That's how simple it is. People always say, hey, dude, you're taking it way too literally. No, you're taking it way too stupidly. The Bible is very clear. It's literal. This is the #1 fact that I want to make known for everyone who got left behind. The Bible was literal. Yeah, literal. There wasn't one thing that wasn't literal about it. Yep. It was literal. From the first word in the very first page to the very last word, to the very last page. From every teaching to every prophetic word. A prophetic word was, Jesus said, I'm telling you now, years before, so when it happens, then you'll start to believe. And it's all happening now. So that's what he meant by that. Yeah, so the Bible is literal, okay? There is no private interpretation, and it even says that very clearly inside of there. So that was the #1 message that I wanted to get across. I could tell you, I could go lesson by lesson, page by page, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. If you didn't start your morning before you started reading with that mindset, I'm picking this up, not to debate it, not to see what's in here. No. I'm picking this up for the literal messages. This is a phone. This is a text. This is those back in the Texas days where they're all, send one of those, do. Nope. Yes, this is exactly what it is. And there is no interpretation of it. If you're not following this exactly, that's why you got left behind. Right there. You could just stop. Don't even read it. Don't even read it if you're going in with any other mindset other than this is literal. Yep. There is no extremism with that. The extremism was created because they got so off the mark of this. They left the mark of this so far down that we could barely see them. So when we talked to them about this, they were so far off the mark that this became extremism to them. That's the definition of the lost. So that's that first number one message. It was literal, and if you're seeing this message, and for some reason they didn't delete, God didn't let them delete our videos, then let me tell you now, you're here now, and if this is after the rapture, because you didn't read this and execute it literally. Because I'm not here, I'm gone. And we told you that over and over and over. And if this isn't literal to you, then you don't believe in God. It wasn't real. And that's why you're still there, or here, or wherever. So that's number one. If anyone ever says, well, let's just, as soon as they start that, well, walk away. Walk away. Okay, good. Good luck to you. God bless you. Whether it be mom, dad, or stranger, brother, sister, or work co-worker, you walk away from them. I'm not saying don't stop loving them. I'm not saying don't stop trying to spread the word of Jesus in their life. But I am telling you this. If they start to insult the literal spirit of this, do not humor that. Immediately walk away. Okay, you're by yourself today. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll try again. That's why you got left behind. Number two. The other thing he wanted me to talk about was there was no place found for the devil, guys. If there will be no place found for you in this kingdom of if there is no place found for you in heaven, you cannot go there. What do you mean by that? I'm going to explain it very simply. It is a man's only confirmation of, yes, you can do that. Only a man can go inside of a woman physically for pleasure. It was designed that way. God made it that way, and he owns everything. So women don't go inside of women for physical pleasure. There is no, it's like this. We got a bunch of delivery drivers to take food to our warehouse, from our warehouses to our grocery stores, right? Because there is a place made for that. They're called truck drivers. There is no place made for a space truck driver. It doesn't exist. Nor is there place here. We don't have a job for that, nor will you be hired or paid for that role. Now you're taking the man, your physical man, male body that you were born with, God gave you, and now you're using that to physically love another man and go inside of him instead of going inside of another woman. That there is no place for that in heaven. There is no job application for that role of living. There will be no place for you. You will stay here. And then if you continue to make it so that you only go inside of men while you're a man yourself for physical pleasure, there is no place for you found on, not just in heaven, but on the Lord's creation entirely, everywhere, including earth. And earth is the testing ground. I'm going to give you this tabernacle called your body, your flesh, but it's mine. But I'm giving it to see what you'll do with it. Are you going to obey or not obey? And there was no place found for you. In heaven, same as here. There's no place for a man to go inside of another man. We don't have those roles in heaven. I can't let you in. There's no place for you. Because you chose your way of living, and I told you literally that it was wrong. I told you literally, I'm not going to let you in. Take that across the board. Across the board of every human way of doing stuff. Yeah. No thief can enter into the heaven. So all you do is steal cars, steal tires. You're constantly going to jail for some kind of thievery. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it be money or big items. There's no thieves allowed in heaven. There is no place for you. You are the I am. And your whole life, you were I am in the image of God, a person that takes things that don't belong to me. There's no place for you in heaven. There's nowhere you can stand while holding on to that title. You can't come in. How about babysitting other people's babies so that they can have a better day because all week they've had nothing? call myself instead of a homosexual. Instead of a homosexual, or instead of a thief, I'm gonna call myself a free babysitter. Is there a place for people like that? Kindness, love, giving up my time for other people? Yes, there are tons of places for that. Come in. There's gonna be no place for everything that this Bible literally said to have nothing to part of. There was no place found for the devil. God looked. God tried. Guys, he gave me a revelation of what transpired in heaven. And I've been praying for that for like 8 years. I've been like, dude, what happened, Jesus? And I believe he gave me a lot of information. And it was, I'm telling you now, what's happening on this planet, nothing new can happen until the devil is convicted and done with his whole trial. But everything we do is the same echo evil that he did in heaven. He had a chance, just like the apple. He didn't have to touch that apple. Same with the angels. I don't know. He showed me. I believe he showed me what their apple was, and it makes perfect sense. We're just repeating what he did in heaven until the time is done and everyone is separated. Where no one has any. We don't do that stuff in heaven. There is no place for you. Stop doing what this Bible says literally to stop doing. This will be my rapture letter number 1. Titled, but my very first video was the Left Behind videos for rapture people. So that's it, guys. Yeah. If you're not reading that Bible in that mindset, and you're seeing this video after, and I'm gone, that's your confirmation. Yep, I told you. It was literal, and you didn't take it that way. Good luck.